established rich coming right back at you. Today's conversation ain't about hate, and it's damn sure not about saying JCole can't rap, because nobody, and I mean nobody, could ever say JCole can't rap. But this is about why JCole can never be called the best rapper alive, and about why people keep acting confused about something that's very simple. See, Charlamagne Tha God said something that a lot of people didn't want to hear. He said there is no big three no more, because when it was time for the big three to engage, only two did.
Nobody ever screwed J. Cole's head off the big three. The reality is there is no big three no more. Because when the big three was supposed to engage, only two of them decided to engage. J. Cole engaged, and then he backed away. And so it was two. And then after the two, one reigned supreme, and we know who that was, Mr. Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, and like you said, J. Cole bowed out of that battle, right? You're an MC. You're supposed to be ready for any type of smoke. Now, that doesn't take away his pen. It doesn't take away his catalog. It doesn't take away his consistency. But when it came to that battle, when it came to see who was number one during that time, he bowed out.
Now,
and that was his personal decision.
And when he drops the fall off is probably going to be dope. We all know J. Cole can rap his ass off, and he can be your personal favorite. But when it comes to being number one,
and that
no,
but
that's not going to happen.
Why y'all sitting here acting like people not acting like J. Cole is a part of that big three because of him bowing out of that battle? That is a thing. That is actually happening.
No, he's still part of the big three. He's just not number one.
I don't think there's no big three no more, period. As Kendrick said, there's no big three. It's just Big Me.
And then Fat Joe came along and said it in a way that hurt people's feelings.
He said J. Cole. I don't look at him the same. He ain't come outside. Sometimes you tell me, Joe, you want the 100 million, this, that, you got to say the truth. I don't look at him the same. The fucking sword is dull. I don't care what he spit. Because I've been listening to him spitting. I always said he's one of the greatest. And all that is irrelevant to me when you talking all that gangster shit and they call you to the yard and you don't step outside. I can't look at you. That's like you seeing the dude who they always told you, and you always thought he was tough, and you see some other kingpin nigga, some smack his cheek off, and the nigga, my bad, and walk off. I'm keeping it a buck with you. That's how I look at the
music,
shit.
Man. The music is great.
I don't give a fuck if you lose. I never forget Everlast and Eminem. Everlast definitely knew he couldn't beat Eminem, but he came outside to the yard. He came outside. And so that's just how I look at it. Big up J. Cole, the whole crew, North Carolina and all that, but he caught stage fright. Supposed to come outside, man. He did.
He did, man.
All right.
He bowed out gracefully, but that don't never mean he wasn't. I mean, where we come from, all call-outs.
What they say in the Game of Thrones, what they say, the North never forgets.
He just ended what he into.
All right.
The new
Coming
shit,
from you,
shit is crazy.
you go to war. Jadakiss go to war. Jadakiss go to war. The Locks go to war. I'm a J. Cole fan. I'm just telling you, they don't hit me as tough. You know what I'm saying? If Fat Joe talking all that Fat Joe the gangster, there's a video of me getting my face smacked off. You ain't gonna hear Flo Joe the same. You're gonna be like, man, and that was your face smacked off in public. Was like, yo, and he said, no, I rescind it. I'm coming back. No, I didn't mean it.
He said J. Cole got his face slapped off the big three. And people acted like he was disrespecting J. Cole's legacy. No, he was describing what we all saw. This ain't about skill. This ain't about catalog. And this ain't about pen. This is about what happens when you spend years, and I mean years, telling the world you're the best rapper alive. And then when somebody tests you, you apologize. And people want to act like the apology is the issue. It's not. The issue is the record he put out was weak. 7-minute drill. His team knew it was weak. The internet knew it was weak. He knew it was weak. In my opinion, that's why he apologized. People keep trying to say, oh, Schoolboy Q told him to chill. Stop it. No grown man can tell another grown man not to defend his name, especially when you spent a decade proclaiming yourself as the best MC. If that record had landed the way he hoped it would, he would have never apologized. He apologized because he knew he was on the ropes. He saw the reaction. And instead of taking the L and letting Kendrick respond, he ducked out before the fight really started. And nobody wants to say that because J. Cole is a nice guy. He's likable, he's humble, he's relatable. But hip-hop ain't built on nice guys. Hip-hop was built on battling. That's what it started. Park benches, lunch tables, block parties. Who was nice? And you had to prove it. You don't announce it for 10 years and then say I'm sorry when somebody tests you. And that's why it sticks to him. Not because he can't rap, but because he talked like a fighter and moved like a spectator. People keep trying to spin it. Oh, he took the high road. No, he took the exit. And in rap, nobody respects the exit. You can be the most technically gifted MC on earth, but if you quit a fight you asked for, you never the same again. Because when the moment came for the big three to prove who was number one, only two decided to fight. And after that, one stood alone. And his name is Kendrick Lamar. Not because he won a poll and not because he sold more records, but because he showed up and JCole didn't. And there is no way to rewrite that. You can drop the best album of your life. You can rap your ass off. You can do features, concerts, documentaries.
That I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to jab my nigga back and I try to keep it friendly. But at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel, that shit disrupts my fucking peace.
Wait,
so what I want to say right here tonight is in the midst of me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness. I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers that ever
Wait,
touched
what?
the fucking microphone?
Wait! Huh? Wait a minute!
Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct?
This is a prank. This is a prank. This is a prank.
As do I. So I just want to come up here and be like,
This is a prank.
publicly be like, bro, that was the lamest, like, goofiest shit. And I say all that to say, it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boy.
No.
But that moment is forever. That moment is what hip-hop remembers. Now, let's talk about why people keep defending him, because this is important. JCole is the everyman. He the rapper who don't offend nobody, don't diss nobody, don't pick sides. He wants to be relatable to everybody. And that's exactly why he couldn't take it where Kendrick took it. Kendrick don't care if you like him. Kendrick cares about dominance. Cole cares about being understood. And in a rap war, those are not the same things. In a rap war, you have to be willing to make people uncomfortable, to say things that can't be taken back, to burn bridges. Cole ain't built like that, and it ain't nothing wrong with that. That's being human. But as the best rapper alive, that disqualifies you. And that's the part nobody wants to say. You can't be everybody's friend as the best MC. Those two things don't live in the same house. And when he put out 7 Minute Drill, that was proof. That record sounded like a man who ain't even really want to fight. It sounded like a man trying to check a box. And hip-hop can hear that. They can smell it. And they never forget that. That's why Jadakiss looked uncomfortable defending him, because he come from a school where you don't back out. You can lose, you can get cooked, you can get embarrassed, but you don't quit. And that's the word people are dancing around.
Quit.
JCole quit. And hip-hop don't forget quitting. He can still be great. He can still be legendary. He can still be one of the best. But he can never, ever be number one, because number one shows up when it's time. And he didn't. See, the reason so many people rush to defend JCole is not because they disagree with what happened. It's because they like him. And that matters. He's a good dude. He's humble. He's introspective. He's relatable. He's the rapper you want your son to look up to. But hip-hop don't rank MCs by character. Hip-hop ranks MCs by what you do when it's time to compete. And that's where the emotion has been clouding the facts. People keep saying, y'all are being too hard on Cole. No, we being accurate. Because the issue ain't that he apologized. The issue is he should have never put that record out if he wasn't ready to go to war. That's the part everybody skips over. 7 Minute Drill wasn't a record from a man ready to battle. It was a record from a man feeling obligated to respond.
I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood.
And hip-hop can hear the difference. When Nas made Ether, you heard intent. When Jay made Takeover, you heard intent. When Kendrick made Euphoria, you heard intent. When JCole made 7 Minute Drill, you heard hesitation. And hesitation is death in a rap battle. It sounded like a man who ain't really want what he asked for. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. JCole spent years proclaiming himself as the best rapper alive. Feature after feature, verse after verse. Don't test me, I'm the one who won't smoke. And then when smoke came, he wanted peace. You can't have both. You can't be the dude calling for war and then start quoting Bible verses when the war starts. That ain't how this works. This is why people are saying he fool's gold, because he checked every box of a perfect MC, except the one that matters the most when it counts. Killer Instinct. And that's why his new record don't hit the same. He can rap his ass off. He can rhyme in his sleep. But there's no edge anymore. Because once people see you ain't willing to take it there, they stop believing you when you say you can. And that's permanent. It's like a boxer talking tough for 10 years. And then the first time somebody swings at him, he steps out of the ring. You can't sell toughness ever again. Not the people who saw that. Now let's go back to what Charlamagne said. He said there was a clear number one, which is Kendrick. Drake would be number 2, and Cole would be number 3. And people got mad about that. But if you remove the emotion, he's right. Not because Cole can't rap, but when it was time to prove it, he didn't. DJ Envy said he's still big 3, just not number 1. And that's actually the most honest position. He's still great, but he removed himself from the conversation of being the best. He did that to himself. Nobody did it to him. And that's why Fat Joe's comments hit so hard. He got his face slapped off. And that's the truth. Because at the end of the day, this ain't about disliking JCole. This is about understanding what hip-hop rewards. Hip-hop does not reward perfection. It rewards presence. It rewards courage. It rewards showing up when your name gets called out. And that's why this moment is stamped in history. Not because Cole apologized, but because he never stood still long enough for the fight to even happen. People keep trying to rewrite the history. They say he took the high road. He chose peace. He didn't want to divide hip-hop. That sounds good, but hip-hop was built on division, on competition, on MCs testing MCs. You don't get to preach unity when you spend a decade proclaiming dominance. That's the part people are missing. If Cole never talked like he was number one, none of this would even matter. But he did, over and over. And when the moment came to stand on that, he stepped back. And hip-hop will never forget that. Not because it's petty, but because it's principle. This is a culture where you can lose and still gain respect, but you cannot quit and expect to keep it. That's why Jadakiss look so crazy trying to defend him.
To come outside, man. He did.
He didn't, man.
All right.
He already know you can get cooked, embarrassed, out-rapped, but you don't quit. And that's the difference between being great and being number one. Cole is great, his pen is great, his catalog is great. But number one is a mindset. Number one is a temperament. Number one is, I don't care what happens. I will die in this ring. And that's what Kendrick Lamar did. And that's why Charlamagne said, it ain't no big three. Because the moment that was supposed to define the big three, only two showed up. Cole can drop the best album of his life. He can rap like a machine. But that moment is permanent. And people know it. That's why even his new album will feel different. Not because he can't rap, but because we know now how far he's willing to take it. And that knowledge changes everything. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe. Establish Rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.